for you tonight. We're going to bring you the start of the preseason NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. The fans are making noise here at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Oklahoma City Thunder getting settled in. Beginning the exhibition season here today gives the fans, the coaches, and the players a chance to see some of the potential for the upcoming season.
Yeah, and what's nice about preseason is you really get a chance to see how some of the younger players have developed. Fans can see how the next generation are coming into their own.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Green, and it's James in at the 1. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Doris, coming off an active offseason, what's the best way, you think, for teams to integrate new faces?
Well, I think the most important thing they're trying to do, Kevin, is obviously build chemistry. And some of that is about trust. And what you have to do is go through many repetitions, learn each other's tendencies, get comfortable with one another. And that's going to take some time, certainly.
You need some leadership in there, too, to kind of help build that trust, don't you?
No doubt about it.
Adams makes it off the glass. Adams has got the first points up on the board for Oklahoma City.
Well, simply stated, Steven Adams is a force to be reckoned with rebounding the basketball.
Davis kicks to McGee, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw missing. The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one-sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community.
And he ends up missing both free throws. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. First opportunity here in the preseason to go up against Los Angeles.
Yeah, a good matchup. These are 2 teams that played each other to a draw in the regular season last year.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. And Adams kicks to Paul. Gallinari wide open. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Robertson, guarded by Kuzma. Gallinari against McGee. And it's Gallinari missing.
And just the kind of start you're hoping to avoid. 1 for 5 from the field here early on.
James looking around. Green finds James. The Lakers keep it alive. Fresh 24. Paul with the steal. Passes to Gallinari. Five on the clock. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Pass to Green. Here's LeBron. He's guarded by Schroeder. Over Paul. James with the bucket. And that makes it a tie ball game.
I'll tell you, LeBron James can put a defender on skates, keep him off balance. There is no limit to where this guy can score from.
Now here's Schroeder. Paul kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's the lob to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, this is why Adams is such a high percentage shooter. If he gets close to the rim, he's going to finish with authority.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Knocked away. LeBron with it. McGee in the high post. 4 on the clock. Here's Kuzma.
The hustle, the energy. Andre Robertson gives it to you on the defensive end every single night.
Paul for 3. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Davis. It's tipped. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Here's Paul. Gallinari outside to the left wing. Three-pointer. And it's Paul missing.
Well, it's been an up and down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
Now, here's Kuzma. No points in the game yet for him. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done any way he has to.
And there's the pass to Robertson. Here's Schroeder. Oklahoma City gets it back. Here's Green. Kicks it to LeBron. Kuzma passes to LeBron. And Paul pulls it down.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play. You know, I think casual fans of the NBA probably wonder what makes LeBron so good. And you look at some of the attributes he has physically, the size, the strength, the quickness. But to me, it's as much about his pursuit of greatness and the commitment year-round to excelling and building his skills. He's truly a seminal player in NBA history.
Paul kicks to Gallinari. Right wing. Five to shoot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. With LeBron in his strength, Doris, he can shrug off defenders.
Well, to me, Kevin, he is easily one of the most formidable finishers to ever play the game. You think about it, he is as big and strong physically as most centers that are challenging him at the rim. What an imposing guy.
And he makes the first. Good on both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, and guys, that's what he wanted to avoid, a second foul before the end of the opening period.
Kuzma inside. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. The Thunder leading by 3. Schroeder kicks to Robertson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
First one falls for him. More and more we're hearing the term positionless basketball, Doris, but it's not an entirely new concept. I remember Jerry West, for example, talking about it a couple decades ago.
Well, I think Jerry West talking about it is about there are certain guys historically who could play in any era. Jerry West would be there. Rick Barry would be another one. So certainly this has been a topic discussed in the past. I think why it's so important in today's day and age, the NBA has become a switch-heavy league, and that's on the defensive end. And therefore, teams like Boston and others are building their roster around guys who are switchable and versatile. It's become an almost necessity in today's NBA.
Great perspective. Now here's Paul, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Davis against Gallinari. McGee with the block. Now Green. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Kuzma. He's looking for James and finds him. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
You love the focus from LeBron James. He's near the rim, so he's got to use his size and his skill to full advantage.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
And I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Chris Paul.
A moment here to check out the numbers for Dennis Schroeder. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 19 points per game last year, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Green deciding where to go with it. Back to LeBron. Here's Davis. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Here's Ferguson. And the rejection by LeBron.
He was tracking that shot the whole way. No chance LeBron was letting that get to the rim.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel comes in for Steven Adams, and Mike Muscala is subbed in for Gallinari. And then for Los Angeles, Avery Bradley comes in for Green. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. Off the inbound, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
You know, I think, guys, what's amazing to me is LeBron has been in his prime for over a decade at this point. And we all kind of keep waiting for Father Time to catch up. but who knows when that's going to happen?
One shot.
James, no good on the free throw. And Doris, normally players LeBron's age start to decline, but it isn't happening.
Yeah, Kev, I mean, LeBron said he wants to be the player to break the mold and dominate into his late 30s. Listen, he wants to play with his oldest son, so we'll see what happens.
Tries a three off the inbound. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got 7 points in the game.
Well, what a combination of size and touch that makes him a nightmare matchup from three-point range. Wow.
To the paint. And he lays in the alley-oop. And the Thunder lead by 1.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Bradley finds James. Floats it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
How about that? LeBron James always looking for his guys. The court vision, unreal.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now, here is Muscala. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Los Angeles' head coach gave me a few minutes. Well, thanks, Kevin. I asked Coach how he expected to shake off the cobwebs as his team played its first competitive game in months. He told me, hey, top to bottom, we are all excited for the season to get underway. We've put in a lot of work, and now we want to see where we stand. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in, and the Lakers also making a switch. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Schroeder kicks to Noel. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Dwight Howard. You know, everyone on the floor needs some level of playmaking skill, Doris. Who are your picks for bigs who can really share the ball? Good passers among the big men.
Yeah, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch is Nikola Jokic, because his vision, his desire to share the basketball, his ability to see not one action ahead, but sometimes two actions ahead, is really remarkable for a man of his size. You look at somebody like Draymond Green, who is absolutely critical to the success of the Golden State Warriors on the offensive end of the floor. He can take it off the window, he can dribble it in transition, and in full speed make decisions going second by second that are really, really impressive.
Thread passes, do such a great job with the ball. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And you know, guys, listen, Noel brings value. The reason he's a menace on the defensive end and an absolute warrior on the glass.
Now here's Davis. He's got 9. LeBron kicks to Howard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 6. Bradley, that's for 2. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Lakers lead by 3.
you know what, didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, covered by LeBron. The Thunder have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And it's been an issue for them as it was last year, only 72% from the line.
First free throw is good.
And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they've performed at the line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
Now here's Howard. Over Noel. Howard can't hit.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame. At some point, he has to stop shooting. How is this helping his team?
And he lays in the alley-oop.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you, always has his head on a swivel.
Schroeder kicks to Muscala. Out to the right wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. James covering. With some arc. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus than that.
Lakers leading by 3. The layup off target. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists tonight. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers ahead, up 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
NBA preseason action underway once again. Glad to have you with us. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
We've got Ferguson. Gallinari is out there with Noel. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the small forward. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, you have to admire the way Bradley is controlling his body. In that instance, welcomes the contact with open arms.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, Kevin, how about the remarkable improvement of Avery Bradley over time? Once strictly a dominant defender, this guy can make threes. He can drive the lane. There isn't an aspect of the game where he hasn't grown.
Both free throws good from Avery Bradley.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Paul kicks to Gallinari. Out left to the wing. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Bradley. A nice shot by Gallinari.
That three-pointer is good almost every time if he's left that wide open.
Rondo passes to Caldwell Pope. Tipped away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Ball against Rondo. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Howard. Bradley deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Rondo. From outside the arc. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. The Lakers have shot 2 of 5 from the free throw line.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made, and you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Second free throw, no good. And he nails the third. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Passes it to Ferguson. To the left side wing. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Noel against Howard. Over Noel. No good that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Gallinari, the bounce pass. Pass to Ferguson. Shot clock at 5. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And it's Bradley with the ball for the Lakers. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They are just killing them on the interior.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game. And the Lakers with possession here. Trailing by 2. Rondo kicks to Bradley. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Howard. Dishes it to Bradley. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Bradley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, you love how Avery Bradley rises and fires. He's turned himself into a deadly perimeter scorer.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Howard.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
Kuzma. And a miss there on the triple. The Thunder have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Nice move. He stepped back and cast it up. Ferguson's got 6 points. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Rondo passes to Kuzma. Outside Bradley. Outside Rondo. 6 to shoot. And Howard with the stuff.
And love how Howard throws it down. Just spectacular to watch on these alley-oops, given his strength.
Paul outside, inside, and Noel throws it down.
Oh, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Back to Howard. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Thunder have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. Free throw drops for Paul.
And any discussion about CP3 has to start with his hands. The dribble moves, all the steals he gets, he uses his hands better than just about anybody.
And so Paul nails both of them.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And guys, you know, you never run out of things that you can improve upon.
I think, Greg, it's important to keep that hunger, right? You're always striving to get better and to change things up.
Let's look now at some numbers for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 13 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Now here's Caldwell-Pope. Here's Howard. Bradley trying to break free. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Howard.
You gotta feed Howard the rock when he's in the paint. He commands the ball whenever he has that kind of position. Noel
dishes to Gallinari. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Bradley. But they'll get another chance.
And you got to love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
Rondo with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. There's the pass to Kuzma. Off target with his three. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Pass to Ferguson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. The first one falls. A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. And it's Andre Robertson in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Lakers also making some changes. Anthony Davis is checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Green comes in for Avery Bradley. And it's LeBron in for Rajon Rondo. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Lakers trail by 6. Now here's LeBron. He's got 8. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
At his size, LeBron is a handful inside, and sometimes you can't help but foul him to try and prevent that easy bucket.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line earlier.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
You have to love the leadership of LeBron James. Is he demanding of his teammates? Absolutely. But they can take it because he demands more from himself.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. And he's good on the second. Here's Robertson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kicks to Gallinari. Over to the left wing. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. LeBron James second. Rajon Rondo fourth.
And really 2 terrific distributors. I mean, the first thing you look for in a teammate is the ability to get you the ball, and they both have that down to a T.
Now here's James. 9 points in the game so far. It's stolen by Schroeder. Here's Robertson, guarded by Kuzma. Paul can't get it to go.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Paul kicks it over to Schroeder. Back to Paul. Here's Robertson, guarded by Kuzma. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Schroeder. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Now here's Green. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. James finds Howard. Outside, Davis. Howard trying to free himself up. And Davis with the basket on the assist by James. Davis has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
In a moment here now to see the numbers for LeBron James. Coming off a terrific season. Second in assists, third in scoring, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And back to him finishing runner-up in assists. His court vision, his ability to control the pace of a game makes him especially impossible to defend. Now here's Schroeder. Gallinari on the wing. Passes to Robertson. To stop the drought, Adams. It's good on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
LeBron passes to Howard. Davis gets a wide open look. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Davis has got 14 points.
Yeah, still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
Well, you think to Steven Adams, and coming out of New Zealand, playing about 1 year at the University of Pittsburgh, now in his 5th season as a starter for the Thunder. And what a pivotal guy he's become for this franchise.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
LeBron kicks to Davis. Over Gallinari. And it falls over the rim and in. 16 points for Davis.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here's Paul. 7 points in the game. Gallinari finds Paul. Off the mark, and he's 2 of 8 for the game. Lakers have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Now Kuzma. And a wide open look for James. Here's Howard. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Howard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Robertson kicks it over to Schroeder. Back to Robertson. Howard with the steal. Pushing it up. Lobbed up there for Howard. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Now here's Schroeder. Robertson the pass to Paul. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on LeBron James.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Free throw, good. Paul.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Mike Muscala is checked in for the Thunder. And the Lakers also making a change. McGee's checked in. And both free throws good from Paul. The Lakers in the lead. And here is Green. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The three from LeBron. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. Adams right side. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Just 5 to shoot. Feeds to Schroeder. Drops in the layup for 2.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
And it's Davis missing. Thunder trailing by 3. Paul finds Muscala. Off target with his 3. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Lakers. Pass to Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got the lead up to 5 now for the Lakers.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Paul against LeBron. Paul outside. The feed to Schroeder. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. A three-pointer, no good. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front and the post and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to this preseason edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny the Jet. It was a big-time first quarter from Anthony Davis. He had 16 points and 10 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, in large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And welcome back as our coverage continues of the NBA preseason. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
I'll tell you, he took over the game in that first half, Greg. They really have got to find a way to slow this guy down.
Here's LeBron. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Davis. LeBron James is out there with Green. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
So here's Gallinari after the basket by Los Angeles. The pass to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Here's Robertson. Kicks it out to Paul. Here's the 3. Gets a hand on it. JaVale McGee grabs the miss.
Boy, searching for some rhythm here at the start of the second half. That's their 3rd straight miss.
Pass to Kuzma. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Thunder trailing by 7. Robertson the pass to Schroeder. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Two shots.
That's good from Schroeder. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Passes it to Davis. Over Gallinari, and Davis with the basket on the assist by James. Davis has got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles. The Thunder have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Here's Robertson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Clock at 6. It's Schroeder with the drive. With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. Number 1, the Thunder. The Lakers second.
And this is a battle today between two teams that really dominated the offensive glass a year ago. And they also convert when they get those second chance opportunities.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Green kicks to Kuzma. Paul against James. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Gallinari surveying the D. Here's Schroeder. The baseline jumper goes down. Schroeder's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, it took 4 tries, but they get their first bucket in the second half.
Green kicks to LeBron. Loads it up for Davis. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Gallinari outside. The shot, no good. Davis with some nice D.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. Just impress with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
The Lakers have had an off night from the stripe tonight. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 10-point game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Now let's see the stat sheet here on Chris Paul. Great showing for him last season. Second in free throw percentage, sixth in assists, and he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, second in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Now here's LeBron. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Ball stolen. Robertson kicks it over to Schroeder. To the inside. It's tipped, and the Thunder can't hang on to the ball. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 10. To the middle, looking to end the run. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
What I love about Steven Adams is he approaches the game with a level of physicality that sets a tone for his team. Outstanding defensively and growing offensively.
And so Adams nails both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Gallinari inside the three-point line. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
I love to see LeBron James work hard to get his teammates going. This guy is focused on everyone feeling good.
So here's Gallinari following the basket by Anthony Davis. Pass to Robertson. Lets a floater go, and stolen by LeBron. He kicks it to McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the basket by Los Angeles. Adams finds Schroeder, just 4 to shoot. And the foul called on Danny Green. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Davis against Gallinari. 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Gallinari's got 8 points.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. Here's James after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. And they double up James. Over Paul. McGee trying to break free. LeBron, good. James has got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Back to Gallinari. Kicks it to Robertson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Robertson, guarded by Kuzma. 6 to shoot. Here's Schroeder, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
James against Paul. Here's McGee, trying to get open as Davis. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 6 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 8, and the dunk by Robertson.
The athleticism from Andre Robertson. My goodness, power at the cup.
To the inside, Davis. And Davis throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Gallinari against Davis.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, the players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. The lead now cut to single digits. Ferguson's got 11 points.
Boy, that was a good kick out for the assist, finding his open teammate on the outside.
Schroeder against LeBron. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Schroeder. He's got 15. Down low, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. 3-on-3. A wide open look here for Kuzma. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Kuzma's got 6 here in this quarter.
After hitting nothing from downtown in the first half, that's his second make since.
Back to Muscala. It's stolen by Davis. A floater. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. The pass to Ferguson. A three-pointer off the mark. Lakers leading by 13. LeBron outside. And they double up LeBron. Pass to McGee. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Steven Adams picks one up. For Los Angeles, they have really been struggling with their free throws. Only made 5. More misses than makes so far. The first free throw is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel comes in for Steven Adams. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Robertson. And then for Los Angeles, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for James. Both free throws good from McGee. Thunder trailing by 15. To the paint. Inside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. McGee with the block. To the middle. Davis dishes to Rondo. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Rondo's got his first basket of the night. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they get it. And the jumper is on the mark.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Rondo passes to McGee. Got a piece of it. Schroeder with the ball. 17 points in the game. And Rondo sends it back.
Well, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the score by Avery Bradley. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Lakers. LeBron comes in for Caldwell-Pope. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points in the game. Ferguson misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Passes it to Bradley. 1:03 left to play in the third. Here's James. Again, Los Angeles.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Schroeder kicks to Muscala. Here's Ferguson. Fires the three. Drops in the tray. Ferguson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Rondo against Schroeder. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Schroeder against Rondo. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
Well, both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
With the floater, and it's Schroeder missing. Let's go. Misses the shot. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Los Angeles on top, up 19. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Always a joy to get a sneak peek of the NBA season ahead as we get back to the action. We've got Gilgeous-Alexander. Ferguson out there with Paul. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Noel in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Kuzma. That three off the mark. Thunder trailing by 19. Pass to Paul. Now, here is Muscala. Here's Ferguson. No good there. Bradley with some nice D. Los Angeles leading by 19. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Rondo finds Howard. Lakers passing it around. Caldwell Pope right side. Over Muscala. Rebound by Muscala.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
And it's Paul missing. Los Angeles has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Avery Bradley pulls it in.
I'll tell you, that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Back to Rondo. Howard. To the middle. Here's Howard. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. 14 points for Howard.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Out to the wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Kicks it to Muscala. Over Caldwell Pope. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. You think that's a move in a positive direction and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages. And by that, I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement. And so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said. And even more for the younger kids who are learning the game, they got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
Yeah, what you like about Paul and the pick and roll, not just excellent timing with the pass, but the placement. It's always where it needs to be for the finish.
Kuzma passes to Bradley. Fires, high post, good on the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 21.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
Here's Ferguson, guarded by Bradley. Here's Ferguson. He kicks to Muscala. Shoots over Bradley. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Rondo against Paul. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists in the game.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Cannot believe he missed that. I'm sure he can't either.
I agree. And Kuzma slams it in.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Paul against Rondo. And there's the pass to Muscala, out to the right wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. In it goes for the 5th time, and 10 shots for him this game.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
And the Lakers call time here. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
James checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Kuzma. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Paul kicks to Muscala. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Paul. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Gallinari comes in for Muscala. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Ferguson. Davis is checked in for Los Angeles. Green comes in for Bradley. Well, the league taking steps, Doris, to reform the draft lottery, flattening out the odds, doing a variety of things just to analyze the way it works, the mechanics. Do you think the change will be enough?
Well, again, I think this goes back to the leadership at the top of the NBA, and the right man is in charge in Adam Silver. And as is typical to Adam Silver, everything happens with a very measured approach in terms of reform. You do a little bit, and then you evaluate. But I think Adam has made it clear that the change they made to the draft lottery was nothing more than a first step. Now, where do we go from here? That remains to be seen.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Following the bucket by the Lakers. Over Howard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now here's Davis. Now Kuzma. Pass to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. Over in the corner, Green. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Gallinari outside, out left to the wing. Schroeder kicks to Paul. Oklahoma City moving it around. Davis against Gallinari. From downtown, it's good from long range.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his second from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half too.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. James against Paul. James kicks to Kuzma. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. And the fact, Doris, they're so progressive has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. It just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
Here's Green. Gallinari making his last shot. Here's James. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Paul's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Kicks to Gallinari. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
And the wide open shot from Paul. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 6th assist on the night. LeBron outside. Fader on the way. The Thunder pull it in.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And the 3 off target.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
Here's Howard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And just an amazing shot fake there from Howard, effectively bringing the defender off the ground and just going right into the contact.
No good on the free throw.
And the former first overall pick in the 04 draft, Howard has had a stellar career, a dominant force who continues to frustrate the opposition.
And he's good on the second. Doris, what is your solution to the controversy surrounding one and dones?
Kevin, I believe the one and dones will be a thing of the past, and I think it will happen shortly. And the reason that can now become a viable option is the G League holds the key. You can now allow players to enter into the minor league straight out of high school. If they raise the salary of those G League players, then it helps across the board.
Now, here's Green. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go. Feeds it to Davis. It's stolen by Schroeder. To the paint, here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Reason number 1, CP3 is out there, making strong passes, keeping the offense flowing.
And here is LeBron. He kicks it to Davis. Paul with the steal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Kuzma. Over to the wing. And the pass to Gallinari. Shot clock at 6. With the teardrop. That shot, no good. Good D by Howard. Kuzma passes to LeBron. Down low. Green finds Howard. James right side. Back to Howard. It's stolen by Adams. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Kuzma. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Count the basket. Schroeder's got 19 points.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Lakers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Anthony Davis.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the 3 by the Lakers. Schroeder against Green. Fires top of the key. And it's Schroeder missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Kuzma. LeBron kicks to Kuzma.
Down low, Howard.
Back to LeBron. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Lakers lead by 21.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's sent back by Howard.
And Howard takes his shot blocking very seriously. Skying up and sending him back was his impressive vertical.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play, with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and I'm glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it for this NBA preseason tip-off. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.